Okay, day in the life video. How do people make these? I have no idea, but I guess we're going to work it out as we go along. I don't know what people naturally include. I guess it's just a normal day and a bit of explaining. So I'll take you with me for a normal day in my life currently in 2025. By the way, it is 7 a.m. on a Thursday morning. Loads of stuff we're working on, so let's get going. So as I might have mentioned just a few times, I went travelling in January of 2025 this year and I had the best experience of my entire life, going to 8 different countries and having so many different experiences that I remember forever. But back in June, I arrived home and I had no idea what I was going to do and what I was going to spend my time on. And since then, I've worked really hard and tried to build up multiple things that I'm working on. So first of all, there's what brings in the money, which is I'm a social media manager. And that basically is what it sounds like. I do businesses content planning, scheduling, uploading, captioning, the whole thing for their social media pages to keep them active and visible. And I work with a range of clients for that across various industries. So that's what brings me the money and it's a big part of what I'm working on this morning. However, huge other parts of my life that I'm working on are this. I wish I did that when I was younger, as we're trying to build this up to be as big as possible and inspire as many people as possible to go and have those travel experiences they've always dreamt of. And that includes me making these videos, editing these videos, going out and filming these videos, networking with people, communicating with brands, speaking to people in the industry, doing everything I can to make this as huge as possible. And the other part of what I do is that I'm also a boxing reporter. And I just got the news yesterday that I've been approved for media accreditation to go and cover and report on a huge fight in boxing next weekend, which is Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2, the rematch at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And you're probably wondering, Dan, why you're wearing a coat indoors. I'm wearing it this morning because I'm supposed to be playing tennis, but we live in England and it's supposed to be forecast for heavy rain. Looks okay right now, but we'll see how that goes and if we end up on the tennis court. Also on the agenda today is a haircut, but first of all, we need to get started with some client work. Like I say, I'm a social media manager, so that's the first task for this morning. We need to check over the latest client posts and also create some new ones going into the next week. So add some music and cue the time lapse. So still working on the social media stuff, but just had a few thoughts that have sort of kept me going this year that might be interesting to share. First of all, there's the whole thing somebody told me of. Write down on a piece of paper what would be top 3 things that you'd be guaranteed to succeed at if you did. And I don't know exactly what those top 3 things are, but I know a couple of them. And that is travel stuff and boxing stuff. That's doing YouTube for the traveling stuff, trying to make this as big as possible, trying to inspire as many people as possible, being able to go and have those experiences myself to show other people how it can be done. And it's also the boxing stuff. I have a huge passion for boxing and trying to make my way in the industry. So if I was guaranteed to be successful at things, those are the things I would write down. And then it said that if you know what these things are, then commit to them and try your absolute best and push through the cringe and the embarrassment. This is a bit cringy for people watching. Not that anybody's said anything to me, but there'll probably be people who'll be like, oh, what's Dan doing? What's he doing? You got to push through that cringe, and they say like embarrassment is a price of entry. And I'm nearly 25. I'm getting too old to be able to care what people think. So I'm just going for the things I love and the things I believe in, with the full belief if I keep working hard enough, consistent enough, and keep putting in the work that others aren't willing to do, it will pay off for me. And it can be exactly the same for you. There's no risk at all besides the fact that you might waste your time, and the time's going to pass anyway. Literally, the exact amount of time is going to pass anyway, whether you commit to these things that you really want to do and enjoy and want to make your career or not, or you can just let the time pass anyway and do something that you're comfortable with or something you don't enjoy. I'd rather attack the time by working on it, even if I'm not going to win with it, even if it's not going to work. I can always go back to do something that I was doing before, which would be more stable, but I can't live not knowing if these things would work out for me. It's just trying to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You know, that's the hard part. It's not motivation, it's discipline. I get up every single day and work on these things that I want to succeed in, even when there's no guarantee that any of them will be successful. Just that belief in your mind that these things will pay off if you keep working hard enough. But I think most people don't want to do stuff unless they're guaranteed success. But if you already believe you're guaranteed success and it's just a matter of time, then you have unlimited motivation. And I don't believe in motivation, I believe in discipline. Yeah, there's like small spurts of motivation, but they don't last forever. And motivation comes after action, not the other way around, is a very important lesson. Like, a lot of people wait to be motivated to then take action. That's not how it works. You take action, take very, very small steps, make slight small progress. That's what gives you motivation to keep going. Most people think, oh yeah, when I feel motivated, I'll work on this thing. That's not, you're never going to start anything like that. I don't feel motivated hardly any days to do any of these things I'm working on, but I take action on them, have small successes, and that spurts the motivation for the next step. When I started any of these things, I said the pain of discipline or the pain of regret, and I don't want to have the pain of regret. I want to do the pain of discipline. Flashback to a video from July 14th when I first started doing any of this stuff, and I actually said that at the very start, and I still think it's true to this day, nearly 4 months on, and I'm still working very, very hard.
Flashback.
Okay, it is the 14th of July 2025, and this is day 1 of me achieving my goal. To be able to have location freedom, to be able to live life on my own terms, to be able to do what I want, and achieve what I want, you know, and be able to go where I want and live life on my own terms, like I say. This is day 1, and when you're watching in the future, Dan, you'll be so glad you dedicated the time and consistent. Because the quote I saw the other day was, the pain of regret or the pain of discipline? Or even the other way around, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? I'd rather not have the pain of regret. So see you on the other side. Okay, so morning client work done. Now we're off to the tennis court as the weather has held off. So let's go. Okay, we're on the tennis courts. Rain's held off. Let's have some fun and see how this goes. And we are back from tennis. Played with my dad, great fun. And now we're going to get a haircut. We're in the local village, on the way to the barber shop. Let's do it. This is what I looked like before. Let's see after. And we're there. That is the finished haircut. That was probably an awful transition, but we're looking a bit fresher. The last one was dreadful. Rolled a clip from the last one.
Your haircut. Your haircut.
Huh?
Your haircut.
Oh no, what's the barber done to be trim? But, because we had to change barber last time because the other one was getting on maintenance. But good stuff. On to what's next. Okay, so we are back home now, all showered and ready to continue the day. So the plan of attack from now is got to continue doing a little bit more client work. Hear the dog barking in the background, because this is a normal day in the life. Dogs bark in the background. Yeah, so a little bit more client work, and then we're going to do some social media posting. I try to post every day on both of my social media channels, which is my travel stuff. I wish I did that travel, of course. I wish I did that when I was younger. And Ringwalk TV, my boxing channel. So try to be as active as possible, be consistent, because I think if you keep putting the work in, eventually you get noticed, it'll pay off. So, and as I was having a shower and sort of sorting my stuff out, I was thinking, is anybody going to find this video interesting? Like, is anybody going to, I'm just sitting in my room doing daily tasks and doing admin stuff and going, like, any appointments, anything like that. Is anybody going to find that interesting? Like, but then again, I watch videos like this of people doing this sort of thing, and I find it interesting. So surely there is some sort of audience out there who does like this sort of, what does a normal person day in the life do? Not like, oh, I went and did this amazing thing today. That's not a normal day. Like, it is sometimes cool just to see what a person does day to day. Like, just when, you know, when they're not trying to be like, oh, I did this amazing thing. I'm basically waffling, saying the same thing again. But if you are enjoying it, please let me know. Leave me a comment, subscribe. I know sometimes it's easy to forget to click that subscribe button. So if you can do it, please do it. It really helped me out. It genuinely 100% actually motivates me to continue. Them times where it's like, oh, no one's watching, and they won't be watching for a long time. Like, I'm the very start of this journey. I don't expect anybody to watch very early on, but you have to sort of put the work in, put the reps in at the start, put the groundwork in, and eventually it'll pay off in the future. So if anybody's watching this in the future, I'm currently on 142 subscribers, and hopefully if you're watching this in some time to come, if you go down, the number should be bigger. That's the aim, and I believe it will happen if I keep putting in the work. So let's crack on. Okay, client work done for the morning. TikTok posts and social media posts also done. It's actually amazing how long it takes to do it, because obviously I get to do one for the boxing stuff, one for the travel stuff, prepare the video, caption it, thumbnail, hashtags, upload on TikTok, also uploading on Instagram, also uploading on YouTube, and that's for the boxing stuff, and then the exact same again for the travel stuff. It takes a long time, it takes way longer than you think. It's not just let me just record a video, post it straight away. There's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like if you want to be successful, you have to put the reps in, the consistency, and be willing to do the things that others aren't. So yeah, it takes a long time, but it'll pay off. Time for lunch. We have got some chicken wraps, banana, pear, 2 rice cakes. What a lunch. Let's have it. Okay, lunch is over and it's back to work. Got a little bit more client work to do because where I'm going to be out most of next week doing boxing reporting, I need to get ahead of things. So a little bit more client work, then we move on. Okay, more client work completed. This is basically what I do. I create content calendars for businesses, social media, help to bring in new customers, keep them visible on social media, and make their business as big as possible. I do spend a lot of my days in this room, but that is the reality. I'm building things up from the very beginning. That requires a lot of hours and reps spent doing the same things day in, day out, continuing making new content, progressing on different items, sending out emails. A lot of it is admin work behind the scenes that happens from one room. It's not all let's go out there and do things, which is the fun part, you know? And I often think with like the travel stuff I'm doing here and everything else that I'm doing, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't go anywhere? And then I think, at the very least, I have a collection of videos and a collection of memories I can look back on forever. And at the very most, this could be absolutely massive. It could get big. I could build a big community of people who are interested in what I'm interested in and go and keep having great experiences for myself as well as inspiring others to do so as well. So the worst case scenario isn't bad and the best case scenario is amazing. So another big part of my daily routine for years has been taking this little one out for a walk. So introducing you to little Rosie. Hello. Hello. Yeah, so Rosie is 8 years old. She's a schnoodle, which is a Schnauzer poodle cross. And we had her since I was 16. So we were 16 and 0. Now we're 24 and 8, and we Rose, hey? Always like to get her out for an afternoon walk when I'm at home. Obviously, she loves it. Helps me break up the day, not spend too long on tasks, because you could just sit there for all day long. Also helps clear your mind, so you're not focusing on tasks for too long. Having that break and getting outside and doing something like this can help you, come back to work feeling more refreshed. Love it. I was also thinking about where I was this time a year ago. So November 2024, I had booked my traveling trip to Southeast Asia, to Thailand, my Gap 360 tour. I was still working in a job in London in a marketing role. I was really excited for what was to come in the preceding week. So these were my last few weeks in my job. I couldn't believe how fast it all went. That's where I was a year ago, and since then I had the best travel experience of my life. Come back and just completely started chasing my dreams and trying to chase the hobbies and chase the things that I love in life. And anybody can do the same thing in terms of finding out what it is you enjoy and what your hobbies are, and do more things in that direction. And opportunities will arise for you 100%. If you keep putting the reps in, it will come. Time to continue on this little walk. Okay, so we are back from the walk, me and Rosie, and now I am doing some video editing. I'm editing a video I've got coming out about Phuket. I'm just hoping to get better at every single video, and in this video I said the word Phuket a lot, which is actually that's quite embarrassing towards the end, but not afraid to fail on camera and get better every single time. That's just what this vlog is. Okay, and we have finished the Phuket video. I travelled Phuket wrong. Well, here's what I would do differently. So I'm going to call that the end of the vlog for today. Like I say, it was just a day in the life. Hopefully somebody's interested in it. I know I'm interested in these kind of videos, but I don't expect anybody to watch these sort of things at the start, but it's there for people to watch in the future, I guess. So it's always fun to do. And we started the day at 7 AM when it was just getting light or slightly light, and now it's dark outside. So yeah, it was a great day. Hopefully that was an enjoyable day in the life, and we'll see you in the next video.